Hello and welcome to the first episode of my Interaction System series. Today we're diving into the very first piece of the puzzle, the interaction prompt. This widget will eventually notify players when they can interact with an object, but to keep this episode short and easy to digest, we'll focus solely on creating the widget rather than displaying it on screen. This prompt is a critical element of our minimal viable product and sets the stage for everything we will build later on. Okay, so let's jump right in. We're going to start in our trusty third-person template project, and as always, organization is key. The first step is to create a dedicated folder for our interaction system. So navigate to your content browser and create a new directory called Interaction System. Next, since today's focus is on the Interaction Prompt Widget, we'll need a specific space for our UI elements. Inside the Interaction System folder, create another folder named UI to keep all our user interface assets organized. So now we can go ahead and create our widget blueprint. Right-click anywhere within the UI folder, hover over the user interface submenu and select Widget Blueprint. When prompted to choose a parent class, select User Widget. Name the widget blueprint WBP_interaction prompt. The WBP prefix helps you quickly identify it as a widget blueprint when your project grows. Okay, so before we dive into opening and editing the blueprint, let's take a quick moment to talk about what a blueprint widget actually is. A blueprint widget is a user interface element in Unreal Engine 5 created using the UMG, Unreal Motion Graphics System. Essentially, it combines visual design with blueprint scripting to let you build dynamic, interactive UI elements without writing code. And they allow you to design UI elements using drag and drop tools, which makes prototyping quick and intuitive. Essentially, you can use blueprint scripting to add interactive behavior like animations, button clicks, or other user events to your game. They're fully integrated into Unreal Engine, meaning you can easily update them or reuse them across different parts of your project, or even use them in other projects. And because of this, blueprint widgets don't just streamline your workflow, but they also help you build more robust user experiences across your games. So now that we've explained what a blueprint widget actually is and we've created an empty one, let's jump back into Unreal Engine and begin crafting our interaction prompt. Okay, so double click on the widget blueprint to open it, and let's begin adding some of the essential components that we're going to need. Okay, so first up, let's search for Canvas panel up in the top left and then drag it down to add it to the blueprint. A Canvas panel is a flexible container that allows you to freely position and anchor its child widgets. For this demo, set it to a custom size of about 60 by 30. This size is just fine for now, and we might adjust it in future episodes. The next thing we want to do is add an overlay component to the Canvas panel. An overlay is a special container that stacks its children on top of each other, making it perfect for layering the next few components we're going to add on top of each other. Once the overlay is added, select it and look over to the Properties panel on the right. We want the overlay to fill the entire Canvas panel, so select the Anchors dropdown and then hold Ctrl and Shift and click on the appropriate anchor, which I'm highlighting right here in the video. Now it's time to add our semi-transparent background to the widget. So we're going to do that by adding an image component and adding that to the overlay. Rename the component to something like background. In the Properties panel, click on the color bar to open the settings dialog and choose a darkish color for a sleek look. Adjust the alignment settings so the image fills the area vertically and horizontally. Then come back to the color settings and set the alpha value, which essentially means transparency, to something like 0.35 to give it that semi-transparent effect. Finally, go ahead and search for the text component and drag that onto the overlay. Ensure it's positioned in the order shown here so that it's stacked on top of the image we just added. In the Properties panel, set the text to the uppercase E character to signal to the player that they can press the E key to interact with an object. Center the text both horizontally and vertically and adjust the font size to something like 16. Once you've followed these steps, compile and save your work. And now it's time to take a step back and appreciate what you've done here today, because that's a wrap on this episode. Today we built the core of our interaction prompt and set the stage for an exciting series ahead. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated on every step of the journey. If you have questions or ideas, drop them in the comments on this video. I check them all and I'll respond to as many as I can. In the next episode, we'll begin building out the component that will allow us to display this prompt as we walk up to interactable objects. Until then, good luck and I'll see you in the next video.